All right, hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm looking at the Tacklife pool suction cleaner. I just got this off Amazon, and I want to just give you kind of a quick review, what's included, how it looks out of the box. So if you see here, this is basically how it comes. You just install this little fin here. It just snaps onto this ring, and then you just install this little circular guide just down the tube. And then there is some instructions on if your pool is less than 6 feet deep, which mine is. Mine's only 5.5 feet deep. Then you install the weight right there, just the one weight at the end of the first tube. This is I'm using mine through my skimmer. When I get the cover off the pool, I'm going to show you how we get this installed. But I don't have a separate vacuum line. I basically just can use my skimmer line for this vacuum. So I'll show you how that's hooked up. So we're just using this manifold here that plugs into the skimmer, and then the hoses. It comes with several hoses to be able to hook into that. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, I currently have this is my Hayward Shark Vac robotic pool cleaner that I have. I got this probably 3 months ago and been using it. I've liked it, but I got this one mainly because it was very inexpensive. It was less than $100. It was like $85 on Amazon. Check out the link for the description, or check out the description for a link to it on Amazon. The reason I'm looking at this is, if you see here, my pool is covered most all of the time. I live in northern Utah, where it's, we get cold winters, snow, freezing, so we have to winterize the pool. In the spring and fall, we really have to keep it covered in order to keep the heat in. So to maintain our swimming season, the cover helps. Well, the reason I wanted a suction type cleaner is that this will plug into my skimmer line, and so this will be cleaning the bottom of my pool the whole time that the pump's on. So I can just leave this in under the cover and it'll just do its thing, clean the bottom. As opposed to using the robotic cleaner, this you can't leave in all the time. This you put in, it cleans for a couple hours, you take it out, you clean the filters, and you drop it back in. So I feel like this is a good cleaner, but for my situation, my purposes, where I have a cover on and I want it cleaned while the pump's on, and I don't have to worry about vacuuming, because if I run my shark vac, let's say it'll only run 2 hours at a time. So it'll run 2 hours and I have to come out, turn it back on, another 2 hours. I'll do that 3 or 4 times. Well, there's still some spots that are missed, so I would find myself getting out my hoses and my manual vacuum and vacuuming the spots that my Shark Vac had missed. I think with this running more frequently when my pump's on, that I'll get a better clean, and I don't have to worry about manually cleaning anything. I don't have to worry about dropping it in. And then if we're swimming, I can just take this out of the pool, store it while we're swimming, drop it back in, and put the cover back on. You have to do the same thing with these vacuums as well. You have to take these out when you're swimming anyway, so I don't think that's a downside, that just removing this while we're swimming is going to be a deal breaker. Okay, one thing additionally that I'm going to use that doesn't come with the kit is this filter leaf basket. So this it just kind of goes in line with these tubes here. So you just basically on each side of the tubes this will plug in. That way this is going to trap extra dirt and debris. But I have gone a step further. There are these filter socks you can get, and you put this around the basket, so that way more of the finer stuff, dirt, debris, small rocks, small items, are going to get trapped in this. They won't go into my pool's filtration system, and so it'll prolong the life of my pool filter. So I'm going to use this in line with these tubes so that it's kind of an extra layer of filtration. And then when I take this out of the pool every week or twice a week, I'll just change out the sock. You can wash those out. I use this when I manually vacuum anyways, so I've had this, but I'll leave a link in the description. You don't have to have this. You obviously have the strainer basket on your pump you could use. This is just an added layer of protection, of filtration basically. Okay, cover just got off. You can see here, it hasn't been vacuumed in probably 3 or 4 days. With the cover on, it does keep a lot of the dirt and debris and leaves out, but you can see there's some debris on the bottom that I would just normally just throw in my Shark Vac to get. So now we're going to get this suction cleaner going, and hopefully it's going to get all this stuff off the bottom Okay, if you see here, I got all the hose connected. Comes with a generous amount of hose length. But right here, so this is going to plug into my skimmer suction line. But I have this basket, this leaf canister in line, so that way water's going to, the water's going to suck through here. Debris and dirt are going to get caught in here, and they're going to go into the filter. I did have to use the adapters that come with this leaf basket because the connections are opposite than my regular manual vacuum, but it does come with these opposite connectors. So I'm going to drop this into the skimmer now. Okay, if you see here, I'm actually putting the hose line up to the return jet, so that way I can fill the hose up with water. That will get all the air out of it. So once all the bubbling comes out of the bottom of the vacuum, I'll then move this hose over to the skimmer line. Okay, so now that I have this white manifold through the skimmer door, I'm just going to plug this into the skimmer line. And this actually took quite a bit of force, and it depends on how far down your hole is, your skimmer hole or suction hole. The angle isn't the easiest to line up on mine, so it took a little time. Okay, so this is the vacuum just being turned on for the first time. You have to adjust the suction based on how powerful your pump is, how many other suction lines you have, just to get it kind of proportionally right. This is sped up a little bit, so you just want to kind of mess with your valves a little bit just to make sure you have the right amount of suction on the vacuum, so that way it moves at the appropriate speed here. So this is me kind of messing with it here, trying to figure out what the best combination is. Also, if you see here, this is just an example of my valve. This is my skimmer line, this is my main drain valve line. So basically, if you can adjust your valve. I'm adjusting it so I have maybe 70% of my suction on the skimmer line, and that'll help the suction of the vacuum. Okay, after trying to figure out the suction for a little while, I discovered to take off this manifold, this white manifold that comes with it. I basically just took it out because it allows suction to go through it, so it doesn't allow 100% of the suction to go through the line. So I just took it out completely and just removed it and just plugged my line directly into the skimmer box. I think that was the best combination, the best solution for my situation. And here it is, just kind of doing its thing. This is real-time speed. This is about how it should move in the pool as it wanders throughout the pool, cleaning it. Okay, I think I got it going to where the suction's pretty good on it. You kind of have to, for me, I had to turn that valve a little bit. So I probably have about 70 to 75% of the suction power of the pump on the skimmer line, 30% at these main drain at the bottom. So you just kind of have to mess with it a little bit just to get it going. If you see here the pace that it's moving, that's about where you want it moving. So it depends on how powerful your pump is. Mine's only a 3/4 horsepower, so if you have a more powerful pump, you'd need less suction on it, less percentage of the skimmer power on that. So I'm going to cover the pool back up. I'm trying to heat this up. It's only about 65 degrees out today, so I want to cover the pool up. I'm going to come back out in 2-3 hours and just see how the pool looks cleanliness wise, if the bottom's been cleaned up. What I don't want to see is it stuck in a corner or stuck up against the main drain or something. So I just want to see if it's still moving about when I come look at it again, and that'll kind of give a good indication as to how well it circulates throughout the pool. Okay, it's the next day. I turned the cover off, and vacuum here's been going. Luckily, it wasn't stuck on anything. So it's been kind of maneuvering around. Bottom looks pretty clean. I have noticed though, as I was using it yesterday, I have stairs right here, and there's kind of a corner right here, and then I have stairs on the other side, the same corner. So if you have like a 90 degree, it can get stuck in there, I think. But this has probably been going 5-6 hours and still moving around, not stuck at all. So I think this is a good solution just to keep your pool clean when you're running your pump and not having to manually vacuum. That's kind of the point of this, is just really to not have to manually vacuum the pool, but to have it an automatic cleaner here. I am glad that I have the robotic vacuum. I'll probably use that as kind of like a supplement to this, but I'm going to use this full time and just see how it works. And I think that it'll keep the bottom pretty clean, especially with the cover. With the cover on it, it keeps it pretty clean. But if you keep your pool uncovered and you're constantly getting debris, leaves, dirt, stuff in your pool, you need to constantly be cleaning it, and I think this is a good solution for it. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to check out the link in the description for a link to this on Amazon, and be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.